Hi Cancer, welcome to your romantic love reading for the month of December 2018. It's more of a mid-month reading. If you know my channel, I've given you your general love and life reading already, and this is specifically for romantic love. The sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. However else, Venus also, however else Cancer places in your natal chart. Look it up at astrolabe.com, astrolabe.com. You can find your natal chart there by, if you know your moon and rising, you can find out your moon and rising by putting in your time of birth. So you put in your day of birth for your sun sign and then your time of birth for your moon and rising signs. For your rising sign, sorry. Day covers sun and moon. And the time of birth covers rising and other things. So welcome again. Welcome back. This is the Witching Hour. My name's Michelle and I'm a witch. This is your romantic love reading for December 2018. I am using Sacred Circle Tarot, written by Anna Franklin and illustrated by Paul Mason. It's a beautiful tarot set. And the book is just so absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. If I need to at the end, I'm going to clarify with Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards, written by Barbara Michael John Free and Flavia Kate Peters. And those are illustrated by Richard Crooks. Excuse the background noise. Just the heater came on for a second. Ooh, those feel done already. Okay. Please use your intuition to apply this channeled information that you'll be getting from me, through me, to your relationship status. I will be covering energies from the past, present, and future. And that will also pertain to past relationships. So if you're exiting a relationship, in a relationship, or calling one in, okay? Apply as your intuition leads you. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Since this is a general reading for so many, not everything will apply very, very specifically to you. But if you would like a personal reading, please connect with me through the links in the drop-down box below. Okay. Cancer. The underlying energy for the past is the Four of Discs. Materialism. Materialism. Security is the word I'm getting. Security. It's about security in the relationship. Not feeling that secure across the board. It needs some tweaking is what I'm getting, the word tweaking. Tweaking, things needed some tweaking, and did they get resolved? I think you found out what the relationship was made of is the words I'm getting, which has brought you into the Eight of Discs. Working on it. Ooh, and those fell. So underneath is the Tower and the Star and the Lord. So it's like, what I'm getting just off the bat, the first little quick impressions, is putting your work towards damage control, but not really wanting to do damage control, wanting more to set your sights on the future, but it depending on how you assert yourself and apply yourself. And it is also depending on the person holding the most masculine energy in the relationship. There needs to be a balancing out, because there's too much masculine energy in one way, like over assertion, and not enough feminine energy kind of running the show. And yet there needs to be like that balance of the masculine energy putting energy towards one thing instead of where it was going, where it was like overly empowering and needed to be put more towards something more altruistic, more looking out for your interests, and and putting their skills to work as opposed to you doing the work in the relationship. That's what I'm getting, is for you to not do all the work in the relationship or to do too much of the work. And now what we're getting for the future is stability, the 9 of Cups. We're getting wish fulfillment. We're getting personal satisfaction. So if you can manage and navigate through this transition of balance in emotional power is what I'm getting. It's a switch, it's like a changing of the guards. The emotional power controlling or driving this relationship is what's shifting right now. And it was scary for you to do. I'm seeing that it stabilized you and gave you a sense of security in the past, but that you're like, the trade-off wasn't something that worked for your highest good. The trade-off made you feel less empowered, too submissive, etc., those type of things. And you didn't want to live with those feelings anymore. Yes, in the past there was the 5 of Coins, you feeling like you were the disempowered one. And yet what do I do? How do I balance out this power? You brought up the warrior energy in you, Cancer. You stood your ground. And you said, I'd rather forsake the security you offer me than lose my own personal freedom. My own personal freedom. And so now you're taking stock because you have the 7 of Pentacles and you have prudence. It's like what I just heard, the words that just formed in my energy was not putting all your eggs in one basket. You saying to yourself, determining this resolve, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm not going to count on just this one person for my emotional well-being and stability in the relationship, but it kind of spread out into your life as well. So I see you kind of harnessing and bringing back and rounding up your own personal power, which is good. The conflict, and the word I'm getting is conflict, is an internal one for you, in that you're, for whatever reason, you may not be used to applying those skills of self-empowerment. You might not know what to do with that unless it feels defensive, and you don't like how that feels, so you just don't do it. And you're learning how to now. It's like now you're learning that self-care, self-preservation, self-love, all of that is more like, it's like you get it now. It's not just self-indulgence. I think you may have thought, or you're feeling or thinking, that self-care means self-indulgence and work means self-discipline, and that's not what it feels like anymore, or you're beginning to realize that self-care feels good. And so currently what you're developing is a more creative mindset, a more liberated mindset, seeing yourself as an individual person more. For sure. You've gotten a lot of clarity recently. And I mean a lot, it feels like here. Like springtime, like spring cleaning, like you're clearing out the cobwebs in your mind. You're no longer seeing yourself as the significant other. Emphasis on other. It's almost like the other person was the star of the show all the time. And you're done. You're done of living in the shadows of this person. Being in the shadows of other people is what I'm feeling. But clear renewal. Renewed sense of mental energy. Yeah. This is at the hub. No pun intended. That just came out. But this is at the hub of your reading. Right smack central in the here and now. And this is a good energy to continually hold, is to let go of things and know that they'll pass. And what it's just that phrase, this too shall pass. It's almost like you don't have such a fixed grip on things. You've made a free will choice to hold things more loosely in your hand, and to know that the universe will provide for you. This is really hitting for someone. I know it is. And this is the main thing for you. Shoot, that hits even for me. I resonate with that a lot. What you're getting and developing from this mental clarity set in motion by you tapping back into your own energy and this new work that you're doing, I'm feeling. It's a new skill set involved in the relationship, but on yourself, on how you see yourself. It's giving you a lot more insight. We have the card of the High Priestess, and something's telling me to look at the number 2. And what I felt was, girl, you know, like this person, like your best friend saying, girl, you need to believe in yourself, in your own intuition. Girl, you need to listen to your own intuition. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust your own intuition. I think for some of you, you were feeling that your intuition was going to give you bad news. In a way it did, because it's like, well, I don't want to know, like, you know, that horrible feeling you get. Like, I don't want to know if they're cheating on me or not. I just don't even want to know. But you don't want to be stuck in that position. And so it's like, you want to know. It's like you're just going to bite the bullet and just, okay, just tell me. For example, okay, so that doesn't apply to everybody, obviously. But you want to know the truth now is the point. You don't care what it is. You just want to know the truth. The truth can set you free is what I'm hearing. You know, the truth can make you free. And you're telling yourself the truth now. It's like, I want the truth. I'm an honest person. You know, I feel I'm empathic, and I'm empathically feeling you say this to yourself. I'm an honest person. I would tell myself the truth. I would tell others the truth, you know, for the most part. You know how we tell little white lies or fibs or whatever to protect someone's well-being or feelings. Like, no, those jeans don't make you look fat. You know, that type. It's like, you know, that's the only way you've ever, like, for the most part in your life, it's like that's the only type of lies you tell. But it's like you're feeling now that it's like, I don't even want to do that. You know, I don't even want to do that. I want my truth to be pure. And I'll figure out some way of telling the truth without harming anybody. And this is what you're coming to terms with, and that's what I feel. And it's changing. It's changing the way you feel, because I just feel so much intuition coming into your energy field, Cancer. I feel it so much. And it feels clean and it feels pure. And you're not letting anybody else steal the show anymore. You're no longer standing in the shadows of anyone else. You're being illumined. Your mind is illuminated, and your heart feels that way. I'm feeling it in my body right now, that it's seeping into your body. It's making you feel calm, cool, collected. Very calm is what I'm feeling. This is what, and the universe is doing this for you because you became an open vessel. Those are the words I'm getting. You became an open vessel to the intuition of the universe. It's like the world knows itself. You want to be part of that world and see yourself as an integrated whole part of the universe at large. And so it's like you're utilizing and tapping into and drawing from all of the energies of the universe itself. And you feel harmonized. You feel harmonized. It's like the universe harmonized your system, your inner intuitive system, and you feel harmonized and at one with the inner knowing of the universe knowing itself within that feminine high priestess energy. And as a result, by default, what that is your own intuitive sense. And you know that, and you're just getting into it, and I feel it really calming you and giving you a lot of peace of mind and self-empowerment. This is a surprise for a lot of people. A lot of people feel that self-empowerment might feel like this masculine energy. But if you notice here, the warrior card is a female. Interesting. And there's a badger. So it's almost like she's not pushing against what, you know, she's not using her masculine energy to fight. She's standing in her feminine energy to be strong, and only fighting and wielding that sword when she needs to. and without a defensiveness. So that's what I'm getting, is an overall calm. And yet I feel the strong impression to tell you, or to say, or to make note of, that it doesn't mean it's all, like that's, love and light and sunshine and, it's like, it's not that kind of peaceful warrior. It's not acknowledging that there's conflict. You're acknowledging that there is in fact conflict, and kind of saying, I'm going to call it like I see it and say what it is that I see, but I'm just saying it very calmly. But I'm saying it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, sweetheart, those jeans are not flattering to you. They do make your ass look too fat, and that's not your fault. It's the jeans' fault. You need jeans that make your ass look great because you have a fabulous ass, right? So there's the truth you want to tell your friend. Do these make me look fat? You could say, yeah, they do. And you're not heavy. You got to get let's get a good cut of jeans. Let's get a different style because, you got a great shape. Do you see what I'm saying? And you're not lying, because who's fat anyway? That's just stupid. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as ugly. There's no such thing as a person being stupid. There really isn't. It's like, well, you're fat. Well, compared to what? You know what I mean? Oh, you're skinny. Compared to what? It's like, we just are what we are. And there's a lot of self-acceptance. And when you feel that for yourself, you're able to share it with others in a way where you're not forcing yourself to be diplomatic in a false way with false pretense. And so now you feel like, I'm not lying, I'm telling her the truth. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And that you're feeling this for yourself. And so I'm feeling like the universe saying, well, give it to yourself too. Accept yourself more, and you'll be able to accept others also. But without that phony love and light crap that people put out, like in the sense that, and not that I don't say it or feel it, but I'm talking about the phony way where it's like you're never allowed to feel anything negative ever. You can't see the light in the dark. It's like only light ever. And it's like, well, we all know, spirituality 101 is that love is the most powerful force in the universe. Love always wins, light always wins, and blah, blah. But it doesn't mean that all the dark aspects are always evil, but we don't have to accept them in the sense that everything's good. You know what I mean? And the harmful things of dark end up hurting us and harming us. You know what I mean? It's like we can see both now. Like the High Priestess here, I'm being drawn to the moon. It's like it's dark, but I see in the dark. I see what's in there. I don't make a big deal of it. I'm not afraid of it. She's standing there very fully and confidently in the dark, feeling comfortable and at ease with what she sees. She's not judging it. She doesn't judge the darkness in others, but she doesn't call it something that it isn't. There's your reading right there. That's the main message. And for the future, with the underlying energy of the Nine of Cups, we have the authority figure of the High Priest in the masculine energy, standing right under the Queen of Swords. So he's under her. So you got a new boss. That's what I'm feeling, and it makes me laugh. I don't know why. It's like you fired your boss. You fired your old boss, and now you are under new management, is what I'm feeling in your emotional realm of relationships. Particularly, it's like it's a lot of energy I've been getting is people standing in their own individuality within a relationship. And it's almost like the couple connection in these readings lately are more about self-advocacy, and that's what needs to be tweaked and refined right now to get things back in motion. And you can't forsake it, or that it will literally run itself into the ground. It really will. And so it's like the task at hand, that the universe has set the task for us to self-advocate, self-love. Administration is the word I just heard. Like, you're the administrator, you're the authority. You're the masculine energy, you're the solar energy, you're the sun, you're the moon. So we have the sun and the moon. We have the High Priest and the High Priestess in the same reading, Major Arcana. We've got 4 Major Arcana so far, and I haven't even flipped over all the cards. But look at this nice little couple. Look how seemingly opposite they are, right? And it's like, look how beautifully he holds this beautiful solar energy. Healing. This is calendula or pot marigold, which is different than the stuff you see at Lowe's or Walmart or at your local nursery. This is a different type of marigold. It's called pot marigold or calendula, and it holds the solar energy. It's really amazingly healing. And the gold crown on his head and the sun and the yellow robes. It's like he gently holds the embodiment of the solar energy, and you are like, I can do this better than you, is what I'm hearing someone say to somebody. It's like a woman saying to a man, I'm a better man than you. And it isn't said to this person in a mean, emasculating way at all. They're saying it's like a female energy person, regardless of gender, saying, I'm a better man than you because I know what male energy is supposed to do. Not by some dogmatic rule written down, but because I tap into my feminine energy. She knows what she needs. And she knows you have that, and you're capable of letting her draw that from you is what I'm getting. I'm not even seeing the male giving and pushing with the masculine energy. I'm seeing her draw it from him. And not in a psychic vampire way. More in a way of, this is how it's supposed to be. I draw from you and you give to me. Simply because I need it. And you love me. And you let me. And I give back to you. I let you rest in yourself and your self-acceptance. I encourage your self-acceptance. I give you a lot. I give you a lot. Look how strong you are. That's from me. You know what I mean? So it's almost like we're taking stock of exactly how the other person benefits from us giving them our energy, time, and attention, okay? And not in a psychic vampire type of way or in a disempowering way where we supposedly, give someone our power. We don't do that anyway. That's kind of a fallacy of, to me, New Age thinking and metaphysics or whatever is, don't give your power away. And I don't feel that that is a true statement. It's a little bit of a, what do you call it? Misnomer or something like that. Because think about the sun. The sun doesn't give its energy to the earth and then deplete or deplenish itself, does it? It doesn't run out. It just, it gives because that's its nature. And nature doesn't work against itself. And so masculine power energy that exudes and goes forth and out in a forceful way is masculine, and then the feminine draws in and draws it in in a receptive way like that, because that's the nature of it. You know what I mean? So like the moon borrows the light from the sun, but he doesn't accuse her of stealing from him. He doesn't say, hey, you took my light, you're a phony. I'm the one that shines, not you. She's like, this is the nature of it. I'm here. I shine because I exist, and I reflect your energy, and I bring it into the dark. I bring it into those hidden, unseen places. You're seeing, this is kind of like a long little diatribe of a dissertation almost, and I don't mean to, but it's kind of going off into that. It's getting very spiritual here, Cancer. And I'm feeling a lot of your water energy, but not too much of it, because you have the clarity of mind here, and you have the strength of your body and your will, and you are not being overly diplomatic anymore. You're being more generous with yourself is what I'm getting. And the wheels are turning. The power balance is turning. You fired your old boss, which used to be whoever would exert the most masculine energy. Now you are. You're saying, I'm a better man than you, quote unquote. I can exert the masculine energy better. And yet I don't feel that masculine energy is this hard driving, pounding force anymore. I feel that it just exudes like the sun. It doesn't have to exert itself, and it doesn't get drained. And the moon should get all the credit for reflecting that light, because the moon has a lot to offer. You're just acknowledging and taking stock of what you have to offer the relationship, other people, and you're not feeling drained anymore. And that's a good thing. You're creating your own security is what I just heard. And so here you have the Four of Swords in the near future next to the High Priest and the Nine of Cups. So you are resting and you're dreaming. I'm seeing a lot of you getting dreams at night. And the overall energy on the card is rest. But this is the Minor Arcana Death card. You have really taken stock, like I just said, to the point that you're just like, you're getting a much better glimpse of what's most important in life and what you're willing to exert on a daily basis. I'm seeing a lot of stopping, making these big major life plans, and yet there's this feeling of I don't feel like I'm being lax or lazy, but I'm only putting forth what I can put forth in this day. And you've taken evaluation of your life as a whole, but living it out only one day at a time. And you won't, it's like you refuse to, or you choose very strongly, you resolve, you're very resolute in your choice to only exert a certain amount of energy per day in seeing those long-term things come to pass in the here and now, day by day. And then you'll see them kind of gain that momentum or draw more of itself from the universe around it and become this bigger manifestation that is long-term. That's what you're doing. You're in fact doing that, and I felt impressed to say yes to you. That yes, that is in fact actually what's literally happening. You're manifesting for the long term, seeing it, evidence of it day by day. Because of the change in the balance of power is what I just got. Because you exacted that change. And that being at the hub, remember, like that wheel. And go back to that sentence that I said during that time. You might have to find it. Go rewind and remember that. And what you're getting to in the future is the sacrifice, the card of sacrifice. It's the Hanging Man, number 12. So I'm seeing poppies here. These are the poppies, yes. And a field mouse. Wheat and blackberries. The straw man. Yeah. The Hanging Man represents Odin, for sure. And Odin sacrificing the vision in one of his eyes in order to see within. And that's what you've done. And you have slowed the pace down. And it has put things in suspension. But like I said, you're waiting in that energy, and it feels good to wait in that energy. You don't feel like your life has come to a halt. It won't. It won't. It's like I'm being impressed to tell you, it won't. Don't worry. Don't let it become any point of worry. When things come to a halt, it's more of a slow suspension and just a waiting and in limbo in a nice way. You know, you can relax in that energy and just let it be what it is. But you're not trying to change it. The key is you're changing it without trying to change it. You're changing it by just being yourself. Ha ha! Another key point. There you go. You're exacting change. You are, just by being yourself. I'm looking real quick at one card from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle by Barbara Michael John Freed, Flavie J. Peters, and illustrated by Richard Crooks. Yeah, some of you are just it's like you've got a whole new job, a whole new boss. It's all new. It's like you're working for yourself now. You're working for yourself now. That's it. In relationships across the board. Across the board. Romantic, otherwise. You're working for yourself. Putting all your energy right where it truly belongs. Containment and the cauldron. That's exactly what the sacrifice card is. It's when you have to wait and things are not finished yet. It isn't that for some of you who need to suspend or release a relationship, it doesn't mean that the relationship is not over. It means Like, in other words, you don't have to go back. It's not saying that. It's saying that the time of suspension is not over. Let me see what else I'm getting. Oh, look what I got. Spring is on the bottom. Just what I said in the beginning of the reading. Spring goes with the Queen of Swords. An early summer of the High Priest. Oh my goodness. Spring, a renewal. Some of you have changed into another relationship. And they're saying wait and just be in the in-between. Being in the in-between right now is good. Because you need more ingredients. So what they're saying is the relationship you're exiting, if you're exiting one, you need to just let the energy linger for a little while after it's over. Because you'll glean more lessons from it. From the energy of the exiting relationship. Of you exiting the relationship is what I just got. You're exiting it. And you're going to just take some time on your own without reconnecting to the person, but you're taking time on your own to glean from the energy of the relationship that you're releasing. There are more lessons or insights or awareness about it to inform you of yourself and where you want to go next. And that's for those of you in current relationships as well. To whatever this phase that just passed for you, that you are, let the energy linger and let the energy inform you about yourself and your self-worth in a relationship before you go on to the next phase. Because then you'll know what you want. You'll really know what you want. Not out of need or like, here's what's wrong, I need this to be fixed. It's more like, no, that's resolved and fixed. That's resolved and fixed. Because I've changed my own standard of what I want. Here's what I need is a higher standard. You're setting the bar higher is what I'm getting. And you're willing to wait. You're setting the bar higher. And those of you manifesting are waiting. Waiting on the universe to give you or universe is going to bring you the insight about what you want in setting the bar higher for the next one to come in. So relish in that lovely, lovely transitional suspension midair. The universe is holding you in it, and you can rest and relax and be at peace. I hope that helped, Cancer. It sounds and feels very lovely to me here. Wish you a wonderful holiday season. If you would like a personal private reading with me, the links are in the drop-down box below. Until we see each other again, check out my playlist. And from my soul to yours, much love and brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.